Welcome to Your Image, the public relations program that mirrors the society. This is a program that helps to ensure good governance in a nation, to ensure corporate governance in organizations, and to ensure peace, progress, and development in every field of the society. So today, I once again have my panel of discussants, and I have Mr. Peter OYENEYE, CEO, Advanced Management Academy, a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, a former member of council of the FNIPR, and an expert in educational development, talking about public relations. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Good day, viewers.
I also have with me once again IDRIS, the head public relations, CRESCENT University, Abeokuta.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you for joining us once again.
Thank you, sir.
And OGBONNAYA, DYKE, the head public relations, national security, and NSCDC in Ogun State. You're welcome.
Our viewers, once again, thank you for joining us. It's good to be here to discuss PR. Thank you very much.
The topic is still, we're doing an assessment of public relations impact in the activities in Nigeria. We have looked at the economy, we have looked at the political arena, and we are going to start with intergovernmental relations. What is the relationship, or why is the relationship between state government and the federal government, and on the other side, local government, still not smooth in Nigeria? I ask this question because we desired autonomy given to the given to the local government, and the judiciary too. There's been a process to ensure there's an autonomy. Why are we still having a logjam? Is it that we have not been able to do proper engagement, or that PR plan and strategies have not been fully adopted?
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Now, let me quickly say this. We have a challenge in our country. We like to copy people. We like to copy other countries. So if you are copying, you copy well. And after copying, you bring it down and apply it to your own local situation. We talk about democracy. And when you talk about democracy, some of the pillars of democracy has to do with separation of power. Okay? And when you talk about separation of power, judiciary should be on its own, executive and the legislature. But you notice here, it's not usually like that. Look at what is even happening. Federal government, state government, local government. Does it even make sense in the first place that I want to give money, federal government wants to give its own allocation to local government? The money will now go through the state government. Is it that local governments do not have their own account? And sometimes some people want us to believe that, say, if they give it to them, they will mismanage it. Are you also managing your own well? So let everybody collect his own resources and manage it the way it should be managed. The laws are there to take care of whoever has done the wrong thing. And until we separate properly, until we operate properly as it is written in the books, we're always going to have problems. And I want to say this, there is a culture of silence amongst our people. And as long as we keep silent, we continue to suffer. I'm always against violent demonstration or whatever. But let's keep engaging. Let's keep writing. Let's keep talking like we are talking on this television. Okay? Let one day everybody even say, okay, we just want to sit at home. We are not going to work until you do the right thing. We are not going to work. Just every Monday, maybe first Monday of every month. We are not fighting anybody, but do the right thing. Sometimes ago, UEA sent us a list of people who they said they were funding this insurgency. What have we done about it? And we are quiet. No, we should not keep quiet. Let's engage this government. We voted for the government at the local level, at the state level, at the federal level. We voted for them. They must deliver the dividends of democracy to us. And let me tell you something. What gets monitored gets done. If you don't monitor the people we put there, 4 years will just come and go, and nothing will be on the table. Look at now. A lot of us, people cannot travel from one part of the country to the other. Why? People are afraid of being kidnapped on the road. A lot of people have to put their car aside, then go and fly. So what could cost you like 50,000 naira to travel and go back? You are spending over 200,000 because you are afraid of being kidnapped. So I tell you, I'm not happy with many of our governments. The right thing have not been done. But let me tell you something. The members of the public must engage the government. We must not keep quiet. But don't fight. Don't do anything violent, okay? Use your mouth. Sit at home and let the right thing be done. Thank you very much.
The issue of autonomy, should it just be on papers? Just like Peter said, what are the citizens doing? Because when you look at the effect on the people, bad roads, inability to provide potable water, inability to ensure that communities develop, and if communities cannot develop, then how can the nation develop? What is your own solution, and what approach, which other agencies must be engaged to ensure that we get this result, we get this autonomy sustained?
Public relations thrives on communication. I have always emphasized that, even in the classroom to my students. The communication skills in public relations that are constantly employed are reading, writing, speaking, and listening. People are speaking up. It's not as if people are not speaking up. People are writing. It's not as if people are not writing. But is government listening? No. Government is not listening. But that should not discourage us from continuously engaging the government. Because one of the cardinal principles of democracy is independence of judiciary. The judiciary should be independent so that there is justice, so that the less privileged will not be cheated. Justice. But communication consistently and engaging the government should continue.
Let me ask you this question. I'm concerned. This is local government is a government. State government is another arm of governance, and we have the federal. Of course, in the local government, don't we have organs looking at the unions, looking at the NGOs that are concerned about the welfare and the people within the local government? What are they doing? Because this is a joint fight. We expect that when legislation has been done and the presidency has consented, why must there be impediment in the process of ensuring those autonomy?
I think the best people that can answer that question is the constituted authority. We are all concerned. We are all concerned because it used to be that the local governments had their autonomy. It used to be. But suddenly...
I understand your point.
Yes.
Peter, do you have any...
Yeah, I just want to say that it's also, for the federal government, I pray that agencies and agents of government are listening to us, okay? Now, it's an indictment if your government says we are going to do everything to eradicate corruption, it's corruption that state government will not allow the local government to be. Some people will not conduct election. They will just put caretaker committee, whatever, so that they can muzzle them. They can decide what will happen there. It's wrong. So federal government should put its foot on the ground. No, this must be done. They should assist us to ensure that the constitution is implemented as it is written. But now federal government will just say it as if it's serious, then keep quiet. State government is happy because the federal government is keeping quiet, then the local government is suffering. And you move around the country, roads are bad, no water, you go to some schools, there are no chairs, there are no whatever. It is wrong. So,
thank you very much. It is wrong. What is wrong, and there should no measure to give it
another name.
No, it is wrong. Yeah. So we expect the appropriate authorities to do justice. DYKE. Let's look at the security environment. We see that a lot is being done or are being done in the communities. What change have you brought? Because I could see some of your members doing some security work in those communities. Has it been able to reduce the menace of stealing, burglary, and whatever?
Yeah, like I said in our last discussion here, what we do in Ogun State is to do more of collaborative security work. We agreed that it wouldn't do us a lot of good when as an agency that we drive on our own. It will give us a better result if we have a collaborative effort in what we do as security agencies. In Ogun State, we do this kind of efforts, and that is why we have a lot of success, like in the issue of cultism. When we invaded Shagamu environs, it was a collaborative effort of all security agencies, the army, the police, the civil defense, the vigilante, the Amotekun, and other security agencies, whether local or conventional, because we believe that the major aim of every security agencies in Nigeria, and particularly, especially in Ogun State, the gateway state, is that people should be able to sleep measurably with their two eyes closed, and we shouldn't be trying to shoulder muscles amongst ourselves as security agencies. It will reduce the intensity that we put as different agencies when we collaborate more to achieve some of these aims that we have put forward in our charts that we want to achieve every other quarter, every year, and as we move into different aspects of the security that we want to achieve for our people. For example, like the Safe School initiative that my own Commandant General, Dr. Ahmed Abubakar Audi, MNI, initiated, which I have continually been advancing through public education on different media. I think the Amotekun is also driving it in his own way to ensure that they also get better things done, and that is what led to like this signing of undertaking by parents. I have also been advocating this on different, whether on Yoruba or the English version, that we should continue to engage our students to have better results from them as students. And I think if we don't try to cover some of the good things that we want to do as different services, no matter who drives it, our security will continue to get better.
Thank you very much. This is your image, your public relations program. Now, Peter, let's do a contemporary evaluation of what has happened in 2021. In the first instance, let's look at the international diplomacy. Let's look at the issue of COVID. How has it played out? Some countries tried as much as possible to deprive Nigeria economically. And is it that we are not compliant to COVID protocol that led to stoppage of flights from Nigeria?
Yeah, thank you very much. I wouldn't blame any country who says, please don't come, don't fly into my country. What they are just doing the right thing. It's taking care of the well-being of their own country people. You understand? They have checked and say, oh, maybe you have this issue, you have not done this, or you have done that, or there is a spike, okay, in your own community. So don't fly in so that you don't affect us. There's no problem about that. But I like what the federal government did. Just look at them as well and say, okay, for us as well, we are not going to allow you fly in here. But it should not just be tit for tat. It should be based on
verifiable facts.
Facts and figures. Because if you also shut your door, you know, when people travel into your country, they're going to spend money. Also, when you travel, you're going to spend money. So if we have maybe minimal level of this issue of COVID, whatever, okay, now what's wrong with it? Let people come in, they will spend their money, and if they say don't come, check, have you done the right thing? So if you have done the right thing and they say, no, you have not done the right thing, or they don't believe you, you can also do the same thing, okay? But the most important thing is that let's keep telling our people that COVID is real. Let's take our test. Let's take our vaccine. Let's also, all the protocols, okay, necessary to prevent this, okay, to reduce it. Let's take it, okay? It's real, okay? And it's an international thing. It's global. So nobody can sit in one corner and pretend that it's not there. Although sometimes, because over the time, leadership in many places have not lived right. They have not led the country right. So when they are even telling us stuff, we think they are lying. Because over time, leadership have lied seriously to Nigerians. So sometimes even when the truth is not being said, we are used to taking them for, oh, they are just saying it. But I want to tell us, COVID is real. So let's try and abide by the protocols.
Thank you very much. Well, we have done a lot in assessing what has happened in 2021. Let's have a peep into 2022. Using public relations strategies, what do you advocate, KATIB?
I advocate proactive communication by professionals. I advocate listening on the part of the government and CEOs. I advocate evaluation of results from all stakeholders, going back to the drawing board. What have we achieved? What do we still strive to achieve to make our organizations better, to make our country better?
Thank you very much. DYKE, what's your own take?
The year 2022 is very, very important to us as a country because it's very close to the year of election. I think public relations experts and professionals are very, very useful at this time, and the leadership to also be receptive. I am very grateful that I was able to not to be part of the policy issues that were being discussed. It was between Mr. KATIB and our fellow member of the public relations here, Mr. Peter OYENEYE. Being policy statements as they are, we need a sincerity of purpose as a country, as a people, as politicians. Our people need a lot from us, and we need to drive this country in good direction. That will give everybody a good hope for tomorrow. Our children, they are leaders of tomorrow. They are expectant of what better tomorrow that they are coming to see. Thank you very much. Let me stop at that, sir.
Peter, this is public relations. We drink, we eat, we think, we execute public relations practices and principles. What do you have to say to our members?
Okay.
Particularly in relations to how they should help the organization to grow,
Okay.
and how they can help Nigeria mold a different
Okay.
approach.
Yeah, thank you very much. Year 2022, it's green, it's fresh. And the earlier we start putting our acts together, the better for us as PR people. But now PR cannot do this alone. PR people cannot do this alone. We need the backing of our management. So number one, I will advise every every head of public relations department or unit, organize a program where you have the leadership of your organization and all the people who are part of that. Let's have a meeting. Suggest to them. You can bring a PR expert. You can also be one of the persons that will talk. Explain to them what PR can do. Some of them don't even know what this thing PR. They just feel that it's oh, you go and tell them. It's not just about telling them. It's just about writing a press release. It's strategic communication. It's got to do with conducting research to find out what are people saying about us. Is it the right thing? If it's the right thing, we step it up. We keep pushing it. Is it the wrong? Is the narrative wrong? We now give them the right narrative. But now you must educate management. That's what we call public relations as a management function. You must educate your management. It could be through training, it could be through retreat, it could be through some materials that you put together and you send it to every one of them. That is one. When you have educated them, you move to the next level. Tell them every member of staff must also be educated. You know, there are some work that we do. You don't do accounting. Account stuff is not done at the gate. It is in the accounts department. Personnel management will not be done at the gate. You interview people inside. It's PR that you must do at the gate, on the road, in the office of the CEO, in every office. Because the way your driver drives is part of PR. The way the gatemen talk to people at the gate is part of PR. The way your students conduct themselves when they go out, when they are within, is part of PR. So because of this, every member of management every member of staff, just as management, should also be educated about what is PR. Thank God now, if you don't have money to do training and what have you, you can do something, put it on the WhatsApp pages of your platform of your organization. This is PR. This is what is expected of students, of member of staff. This is what is expected of the people at the gate and the rest of them. These are very, very important. Another thing is that those of us who are also the PR people, we need more training. I am sure many of us will know that many things that we were taught while we were in school, they no longer matter now. They don't work. So what we need is we must go back to school. Every PR person must be trained. The Nigerian Institute of Public Relations at the national level has its own training. At the state levels, we have some state chapters that have their own training. Consultants like us, we have our own training. We also take invitation to go speak in different organizations. Besides that, your phone is a school. If you go and say how to do this on PR, whatever, it is there. So this year, train your management, train members of staff, train yourself, and let people know that you only get what you put in. We must tell them PR is not just about publicity. We must also tell them, if you want good mention, you must do good thing. But if teachers are not there to teach in a school, in a secondary school, you understand? If lecturers wouldn't come for their lectures, if our customer will talk, if our sales people will talk to customers anyhow, you don't expect good PR there. But it's a good time. We're just starting afresh. Let's go all out there, train management, train members of staff, then we get trained ourselves.
Well said. Well said.
Thank you
well said. KATIB, when you look at the social change, or talking about the technology, what do you advocate for a PR practitioner? Just very briefly.
The digital technology has changed the face of our trade in public relations, and we do virtually we do a lot of things with our phone these days. to implement our functions. So I will advocate that our PR professionals key into technology.
Yes.
We have this technological determinism, that the technology determines what we do, what we eat, what we see, how we relate with people. So we should try as much as possible to key into technology.
Thank you very much. PR practitioners key into this change that is evident. It's only through it that you can perform. It's only through it that you can excel in your organization. Embrace change and try and engage people, collaborate with people to succeed. It's beautiful that I have all you here this week, and your submissions have been very good. Peter OYENEYE, thank you so much. Peter OYENEYE is the CEO, Advanced Management Academy, a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. KATIB, Head Public Relations, CRESCENT University. Abeokuta.
Thank you very much, sir.
And DYKE OGBONNAYA, NSCDC Head PR.
It's good to be
Thank
here.
you so much.
Thank you very much.
Until next week, thank you so much for being with us. We're glad to have you and continue to support us. You can advertise on this program. Thank you very much.